Hi everyone! Today is Christmas, so yay! Happy Christmas to you all! Yeah, I hope you can see a little bit of my decoration, what's going on. Yeah, and on big days like this, I think, we all think about our lost ones. Our loved ones, also. And before I return to my family and we celebrate a little, I thought to talk about something deeply personal. What is grief? We all have or probably will experience grief in some shape or form in our lives, and so did I. Since May, it will be 10 years since my father died. 10 years sounds so long ago, but it just feels like yesterday. I'm not here as an expert, I'm here as a daughter, as a human being, to share what grief looked like for me, how I coped in maybe good ways or not so good ways. This is not a how-to, this is not a tutorial for you, simply just my story. And if you're going through grief too, or you lost somebody, maybe this video is for you, and maybe you'll feel a little bit less alone, even after all those years. Don't mind when I'm looking down sometimes, because I wrote it all down, because it's not an easy topic to talk about freely in your head. Honestly, there wasn't a single moment in my life that things got better. Not moments I got to deal with it. But before I even got to that point, I had to face something else. The words and judgments of others. Something you don't expect, right? Not even as a child, you're free from that. Some adults told me you're lucky your dad died when you were so young. You probably won't even remember him. If you were older, it would have hurt more. That's what they said. Grown adults. And then in school, I remember a classmate saying, "I wish your dad was dead like yours." Then he wouldn't stop me from getting this doll. We were the same age, and they probably had no idea what they're talking about, but hearing that, as a child, made me feel so sad and alone. I just remember thinking, I wish my dad was here to tell me even anything. To say me what I can get and what not. My dad never would have told me no, because I was his little princess, but still, he would be there. And there was the sentence that a lot of people told me, and you probably heard it too. Time heals all wounds. A nice sentence, right? But here's the thing, that's not true. I truly believed it at first, that the pain would stop. I just woke up someday and all the pain and sorrows are gone. But that's not how it works. The pain doesn't stop in some way. You just learn to live with it. You just get used to the absence, but that doesn't make it hurt less. And I thought for the longest time, not talking about it would make it easier. Just swallow the pain. That's known as emotional suppression or delayed grief. It didn't make the sadness disappear in some way, shape or form. It just pushed it deeper, so it eventually broke out some years, many years later. Out of nowhere, years later when I least expected it. My mom cried often, so I thought talking about it only will make it worse, so don't talk about it. Because when we do, we only both end up sad, so why even talking about it? Maybe staying silent was the right thing? I don't know. Now looking back as an adult, I don't know what I could have done differently. It's just simply how I coped with it. And it worked for me at that time. Shut it down, keep going. This was my life. But the grief, the pain I have locked away, it came back to me. At unexpected moments, it exploded. The little girl who had locked away all her feelings when her father died, she caught up with me. After all these years, I was much older and I was crying, finally letting it all out, and the way maybe she should have been back then as a child. Would have that prevented the outburst later in life? We will not know that. Maybe. On top of that, my family had a lot of different other struggles at that time with the passing of my father. I won't get into detail about them, but know that everyone deals differently with grief. And it's never a simple progress for anyone when somebody dies. And you know what? As a child, I didn't fully grasp it. My imagination were so vivid back then that I convinced myself it was like a movie. My dad was an undercover agent, like in the movies, you know, that he faked his death for some secret mission and will come back one day. And when it was over, he will come back. He walked through the door and everything would go back as it was before, whole and happy, like in the movies. But of course that didn't happen. You know, it really hit me at the opened casket moment when we could see him a final time before the cremation, and at that moment I knew that he wasn't coming back. And that was the moment when it became real. As an adult now, I know the way I coped as a child wasn't strange or wrong. It was something many grieving children experience, using imagination to protect ourselves. It's called magical thinking. My mind told me that because at the time the story was easier to hold on than the truth, even when it was for a short time. There is also, I must say, a time when I blamed God. And I know that's wild to say, but as a child, I thought, when God is so great and everything happens for a reason, why did he take my dad from me? Why do I need to experience this? And still, I don't have the answer to that. I remember writing a speech with my older brother for the funeral, a speech I would deliver alone in the church. I cried before the funeral, I cried after, but when I stood there in front of all these people, I didn't cry. I felt empty. I saw all these faces looking at me, some crying, some just watching and could not let anything out. Was I scared? Nervous? Was it all these eyes on me that made me feel like I had to be strong? Or was it just my way of coping again? Maybe both. I, again, cannot tell you. Later I found something that brought me peace. I created an entire book, a book full of things I wanted to say, beautiful thoughts and prayers I really liked. Those words feel like a bridge between me and him. And even though I blame God at the time that he'd take my father, he was the only person that I could connect with my dad and I with. You know, I prayed and wrote every day in this book. It gave me comfort, it gave me connection, and it helped me thinking that I wasn't so far away from him after all. All those things are called symbolic grieving. It helped me stay connected to him by praying, writing him letters, drawing him pictures, or even gifting him my favorite plush toy during the final look before the cremation to protect him somehow. And now, looking back, I realized I created my own language to connect and talk with him. Words that nobody else could hear or see. But I believed he could. And maybe in some way he still does. And I think that's what grief often is, finding your own way and language through the silence. 10 years and it still hurts. Not in the same way, but in a way that lingers quietly. In moments that I don't expect. In songs, in dreams, and in stories. In silence. I turned 20 this year and he is now as much years dead than he was in my life, so every year following this year he will be much more years dead than he was ever in my life, and realizing and thinking that way is making me feel really sad. If you're watching this video and you're grieving, notice you're not broken because it still hurts. Even after 10 years or more, you don't need to move on as others expect from you. Grief isn't something you fix. It's something you carry. And the way you carry it is yours all alone. Talk about it or don't. Cry loudly or stay quiet. There is no right or wrong in this. Honestly, there is no right or wrong. Only the best for you. Only you. Nobody else. Please, be gentle to yourself. Let the child or the person in you speak. Let them feel and let them breathe. Because the person in you is still with you. Just like the people we lose. In a way, they're also just with us in a way. Yeah, that's everything I wrote down. My thoughts and my story with grief. And today is also a day where I do think a lot about him, even after 10 years. It's Christmas, of course I think about him, and now I will go back to my family. We will listen to music and have a good rest of the night. I hope you all had a good Christmas, and yeah, I wish you all a happy year also, because soon it will be 2026, so I will now already say Happy New Year, and please take care of yourself. Bye!